Chapter 16. Vocabularies for Chapter 16 are basement, basement is a noun, the floor of a building which is partly or entirely below ground level. And you will see that this is the part of the basement below the ground. Janae says she's living in somebody's basement till she builds up her practice. Page 105. Our next vocabulary word is got her hand out, which is an idiom. To be in demand or expectation of benefits such as welfare, especially when undeserved or unneeded. In the book, it says, but I can't help but wonder why she always got her hand out for money these days. Page 108. Now I'm going to read chapter 16. The heifer call. Janae is telling us all the details. She says she talked to her mother all night long under the covers so her grandparents couldn't hear her. The house was real hot, she said, and even though Janae sweated out her hair and had to wash under her arms when she was done, she says it was worth it. Janae is talking so fast and so much at lunchtime that she don't get a chance to eat her fries before they go cold. Janae is telling us all about how her mother's got some job laying hands on sick people. Zora looks at Janae sideways like she's crazy. But I know all about that hand laying stuff. On the street, it happens a lot. People touch you where it hurts, your foot, a cut hand, a bad back, and praying for it to get better. Only nobody ever makes no money from laying hands. I guess Janae's mom ain't making much money from it neither. Janae says she's living in somebody's basement till she builds up her practice. This is the most Janae has ever said about her mom. And the more she talks, the more we see how much she's been holding back from us. Janae says she talks to her mom almost every night. She uses calling cards to sneak and call her when her grandparents go to bed. Zora asks how she even knew where to find her mother. I didn't, Janae says. I picked up the phone one day about 2 months ago to call Raspberry, and she was on the line trying to phone me. It was weird, she says, shaking her head like she still can believe it. Can't believe it. We've been talking every night since. She wants me to come live with her. I'm looking at her like she lost her mind, wondering how she figures her mother can take care of her if she's living off somebody else and trying to make a living doing something that nobody's willing to pay for. Janae is still talking when Mean walks over and sits down next to her. He's wearing a leather jacket. Sato is with him. He's dressed in all black from his wave cap to his sneakers. He looks like a gangbanger. Hey, Greedy, he says, popping me on the head with his rolled up paper. Hey, y'all, he says to everybody else. I ignore him, but deep down, I hope he keeps saying stuff to me, even if it ain't all that nice. Heard you got kicked off the food truck, May, Sato says, taking one of Zora's fries. Zora smites Sato's hand and tells him to stay out her food. My parents say I don't have to work if I don't want to. That cause you're mean and don't do no work, Mean says, moving closer to Janae. May rolls her eyes at him. Forget you, she says, getting up. She walks over to Sato's side of the table, sits down next to him, and says, I didn't get kicked off of that smelly truck. I quit. Shoot, Sato says, if I quit like that, my mama would knock me upside the head and tell me I had to work anyhow. He says, smacking a plastic fork against the table, then using it to eat his applesauce. May makes this real ugly face at Sato. Then Sato says, what we're all thinking, you just don't want to be around your dad. We look at May to see what she's going to say to that. Mind your own business, she says. She stands up and grabs her backpack. Min says something to May in Korea. May starts to leave. You only do that to embarrass me, she says, smacking him on the back. Janae starts whispering something in Ming's ear. Zora holds up a plastic fork like it's a knife she's gonna stick in Sato's hand if he don't let loose of that fry he just took off her plate. Sato's complaining about still being hungry. I see this as a way to pull in some extra cash. I dig in my backpack and pull out 10 bags of barbecue chips. Now that's what I call real food, Sato says, reaching for a bag. Real food ain't free, I tell him. He shakes his head. Cheap, greedy, and cheap, he says, digging in his pocket and throwing 2 quarters on the table. Zora, May, and me give me money too, and before I get up from the table, 6 of the kids buy the rest of the chips. On the way to Spanish class, Janae asks if I can lend her more money. I look at her like she's crazy. No way! Pay me what you owe me, and maybe then we could talk, I say, pushing open the door to class. If Janae paid me everything she owes me plus interest, I wouldn't lend her no more money. But I can't help but wonder why she always got her hand out for money these days. That's the end of chapter 16. Our discussion question for chapter 16 is: can you predict why Janae's mother is not in her life? Is Janae wrong for wanting to have a relationship with her mom? Explain your answer. Thank you.